I was just kind of booted out of the hospital and found myself living in a foreign apartment and looking around at these four walls going, is this it? And basically didn't have any direction at all at that point. Didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what was out there. The social workers in the hospital, they weren't helpful as far as pointing me in any direction or giving me any list of resources to find. I floundered around for a good 10 years of my life. I didn't do a whole lot other than, things that I could do, which was party with my friends. Drinking doesn't take a whole lot other than leaning over and take a sip off of a drink. So did a lot of that. Did a little bit of other things, that led me down the wrong path. And then it dawned on me almost overnight that this wasn't the life that I had planned on leading when I was younger. So I saw somebody in a wheelchair, and I'd seen him several times, and I chose to stop him one day. He was coming out of the hospital, and I just asked him if I could pick his brain and find out how it is that he goes to work at this hospital on a daily basis. And I knew that he also drove because he'd always be coming out into the parking lot alone. And finally one day I saw him loading up into his van, and that really intrigued me. And so I figured this would be the guy to ask. He mentored me, told me to go to school. I had a bunch of fears of how it was that I was going to go to school. I can't write with my hands because the paralysis in there. And they have scribes, he told me. And I said, what's a scribe? And he told me that it's somebody that takes notes for me and make sure that I have everything, my notebooks, this, that, and the other. So, 5 years later, I finished college and got my bachelor's degree and started my internship here with the Center for Independence, and the rest is history.